Why do middle schoolers find more interest in TikToks than my co-drones? What if teachers were celebrated like Olympians? How can we effectively use technology to enhance our lessons? These are some of my quick-fire questions that sparked after reading A More Beautiful Question. I think, ponder, reflect, and explore the whys, what ifs, and hows in education. As a new teacher, I'm always asking questions, but what if I began asking more beautiful ones? The book reminds us it's okay not to know. If anything, it's awesome not to know. Becoming aware of these uncertainties, we can push outside our comfort zone of questioning. My first-year teachers can relate to this one. How do I do this? What does this mean? But do you also ask yourself, why do we do it this way? What if we create a web quest? I love questioning, but my colleagues were offended and upset when I questioned their traditional approaches. I decided to create a Padlet to organize these overflowing questions. I grouped these questions in 3 different ways. The first, whys, what ifs, and hows. Second, the focus or audience of the question, students personally or my district. And lastly, the types of questions, growth, changes, and my goals. First, I color-coded and even modified a few of my questions. This significantly enhanced my questions and even got me asking more. I realized how curious I am about student engagement and teacher voice. I realized most of my questions began with why and how. I'm more curious than imaginative. I can ask, but thinking of possible solutions comes second to me as a questioner. I'm curious about student engagement and teacher voice, but due to my lack of experience, I ask more hows and whys rather than what ifs. Next, I reflected on the audience for each question. Who is my focus? I realized most of my questions are for my students and myself, or other teachers. I focused on my role and expectations because that's what I have control of. This made me reflect on myself as a teacher and how I want to make sure I meet my students' needs. I start by reflecting on my successes and challenges. These digital natives are developing emotionally, physically, academically, and socially, and I want to do what I can to meet their changing needs. Lastly, I reflect on the purpose for each question. Is the question something I can work on through growth and reflection, something I need to change and adjust my current habits, or a goal I have moving forward? Most of these questions had to do with growth and reflection. No surprises, I'm the crazy teacher who loves principal observations and thrives on feedback. However, I also became aware of a few things I want to change this upcoming school year, and some short and long-term goals I can look forward to revisiting. This categorization extremely influenced my Wicked Problem project. Okay, but what are the most beautiful questions to me? A few buzzwords stood out during the process: effectiveness, engagement, technology, voice, growth, and reflection. Incubating these words, I generated a few questions. I sat with them, changed them back, threw ideas back and forth to colleagues. Finally, some beautiful ones. Check out my blog to find the winners. Moving forward into my Wicked Problem project, I continue to think about these buzzwords and my vision for education. Technology effectiveness through reflection and growth sounds like a good place to start, especially when it starts with me.